And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, you know what we're going to be doing. We're going to be getting into the weeds. We're going to get into the legalese weeds. So I'm telling you right now, make sure you got your pen and your paper, you got your smartphone, you got your dumb phone, because we have an expert here who's going to be dropping some knowledge on us today. So thank you to everybody who's already jumped into the best live chat on the internet. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Shout out to you. Good to see you. Good afternoon, my friends. Good afternoon to you as well. Mr. B up in here, sending a wave. Got those green hearts in there as well. Hey, Stacy. Now, I know you all have heard about it. I know this is not something new. Candace Owens is getting sued, right? That's just the reality of the matter, whether it be from the Macrons, whether it be from some other entity, whatever. Candace Owens tends to get sued quite a bit. So what I've done is I've reached out to Nick Brooks, who is a fantastic legal expert, who has been on YouTube really crushing it. So I'm glad he took the time to come in today. And just to share with us a little bit about where this case is going and all the complexities and all that kind of good jazz like that. I do want to say thank you to everybody who dropped their question in the comment on my community post, because we're going to go over those, and he's really chomping at the bit to go over those with you all as well. So shout out to everybody. I appreciate y'all. For sure. We international up in here. That's right. Good to see you in Ireland in the building. Good to see you. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tapping in. Hopefully you had a beautiful, wonderful Christmas. We got a few more days left in 2025. So we're going to end on a good note, Lord willing. So everybody, with no further ado, let me go ahead and get my guest up in here. Mr. Nick Brooks. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you doing, Jay Witt?
I'm doing quite well. I'm a little underdressed, man. Nick, you're always dressed spiffy. So next time I have you on, I will have the suit on. I will have my shirt and tie on. I'll be ready. In the meantime, thank you so much for taking your time today. How are you doing?
Very nice. Hey, everything's ready to go this morning. Had the coffee, so.
Can't be mad. You got the coffee ready to go. Now, Nick, just in case anyone doesn't know who you are, do you mind just giving me your quick 30-second elevator? Who are you? What are you about? All that kind of great stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm Nicholas Brooks. I'm an attorney. I'm located in San Diego, California. I have a Southern accent because I'm from Columbia, Tennessee, about an hour south of Nashville. I attended law school at Rutgers University, a school in New Jersey, pre-existed the founding of America, actually. And I've been practicing attorney now for 2.5 years, licensed, but I've been doing law for many years prior to that. So.
Gotcha. Now, did they give you any hassle about your wonderful Southern accent out there on the West Coast?
Oh, for sure. I get it all the time. Like when I go out, it's one of the first things about me, and but it's very memorable. You stay in people's minds, and maybe they'll think of you, in the future.
I know. I got you. I love it. All right. Well, Nick, I don't know if you know, but Candace seems to get a couple of lawsuits every now and then. And so my audience has some questions, and I'll bring those questions on. I just love for you to maybe tackle these and help us out with these. These are some questions I asked my audience. I just said, hey, we got this legal expert. He's a spiffy dresser, and he's going to be addressing Candace versus everybody, because it just seemed like everybody's against her. She puts herself in a position where she's against everybody. So there's some great questions that came up, and I'll just start with this one real quick, Nick. And let me drop us down a little bit. That does not look right. That's a little bit better. I want to know how she can lie like this with this huge platform and be able to get away with it. Why isn't social media censoring her like they did other conservatives during the Biden reign? Remember, the misinformation stance would quickly get your channel suspended. Something is wrong that you can make all these false accusations, speculations, and flat out lies and be paid for it. Is there a reason why you feel, Nick, why is Candace allowed to keep doing this and be out here like that?
Yeah, so really you have to let the judicial process play out, right? So if somebody feels that their legal rights or reputation have been harmed in any way, they'd have to take action in court. But until that occurs, the offender's usually not going to stop the conduct, which is, offending conduct, until they're threatened with it. And with respect to the social media, censorship, ultimately, when it comes to any platform such as YouTube, X, or Facebook, you name it, a lot of these are private companies, and private companies don't have to govern the same way as the government or a public entity does. So a private company can discriminate, based on the basis of political opinion if they would like. The government, typically has more issues in doing that. So that's kind of how I would frame that issues. With the censorship, I would maybe even pose to the commenter, would you like to see censorship of some sort? Because the way I read the question was like maybe they didn't appreciate the censorship, in the past. So that would be my other question. But when it comes to just regulating the information spread by Candace Owens, I think you just have to take the proper causes of action available in civil courts.
Okay, I can dig it. I'm going to take a little bit of a jaunt because there's a question here that really stood out to me. I don't know if you're familiar with this whole Candace found this quote unquote witness, and this guy really is the glue that holds together a lot of her Rube Goldberg theories. A lot of her theories are hinged on this guy named Mitch Snow. And he came on her channel recently and shared his story and, pulling on the heartstrings, small violin. And Candace started a give, send, go for him. And at the current moment, I think it's like $142,000 has come in to this give, send, go. Well, since then, it's become pretty clear this guy was probably lying. It's just an outright fraud, okay? So this question right here, I want to get in here and ask, what are the repercussions of Candace hosting or somebody hosting a give, send, go for somebody that later on is found to be fraudulent or found to be...
Just to be clear, a give, send, go, he received money like through donations of that nature?
Correct. It's kind of like, it's like that, whatever that crowdsource funding app. It's called Give, Send, Go, but what's the other one called? I can't remember off the top of my head.
GoFundMe or something like that?
There we go. Yes.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like a GoFundMe. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, when it comes to that, I've heard of in the past cases involving potential fraud on these GoFundMe. It sounds like for this guy, maybe he was being propped up for spreading, maybe his own misinformation or lies. I don't really have a lot of facts related to what he said or the nature of his comments. But if they were wrongful, but there's potential liability. You could recover that money depending on the reason it was given to him. But I would have to look more into the factual specifics of the case to know that.
I got you. Here, real quick, I'll bring it on just real quick so you can see what I'm referring to. Sorry about that. That is way too small. Just do it like this. All right. So this is the Give, Send, Go, which is, again, very similar to GoFundMe. And at the current moment, the guy has raised $143,250. But the problem is a lot of his story and a lot of his background and his military background has been called into question. And military experts have found him wanting, let's just say it like that. They found that this guy's lying about a lot of what he said. So that was the nature of that question for sure.
And what did he say on the show? Was he like talking about the conspiracy stuff?
Yeah, he was talking about how he was on his military base and he saw the head of security for TPUSA. Oh, I'm sorry. And this is 2 days before Charlie Kirk's demise. So he saw the head of security, lots of generals in this secret meeting, and he saw Charlie Kirk's wife allegedly in here. And so he's insinuating that they were all in on the plot to delete Charlie Kirk. And come find out the story is just as wackadoodle as it sounds, me retelling it. And so a lot of people are like, well, the fraud, Candace propped him up as a eyewitness. Come to find out he's found wanton. What about this give, send, go?
Were the give, send, go given to him for purposes of paying his legal fees?
He has some other legal fees going on. So it says helping Mitch pay for some of his legal costs for wrongs done in the past. The way the United States treats our servicemen is positively despicable. The corruption that exists at the top of our armed services needs to be corrected. And that's it. So it doesn't really flesh out what those legal fees are, but he had some legal fees allegedly coming. So that's why the question was asked, like, is he going to be, would Candace be held responsible that this guy really truly is a fraud or really?
Yeah, it would most likely be the individuals that are harmed would have to sue him directly. I'm not so sure, you could tie it back to Candace. Did Candace profit from this in any way? Or how did Candace wrong them? Because it sounds like whatever money these individuals who gave it, if they didn't want to give it, went to him, not to Candace. So you would have to go after him, I believe.
I know you liked that episode. This is actually a clip from a larger live stream. The link is down in the description, so you can go check it out. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you down there. Grace and peace.